Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Tuesday, August 4th. So, as you can see, I'm gaining, right? But I thought today we'd talk about why and what's really going on with eBay and Amazon and a lot of these Chinese sellers. So, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it. And yes, this is the weekday. Today is Tuesday. It's Monday through Friday. And today is Tuesday, August 4th of 2025. So, what am I telling you? I'm telling you that basically buying off from eBay and Amazon from Chinese sellers is a crapshoot. And it's not only buying off them, it's a crapshoot. It's also buying off certain people that are selling on there, that are buying the crap in bulk and then sending it out to customers. The ones that are buying it in bulk and then reselling it, it usually doesn't happen as often as it does straight from China. But what I'm getting at is most of the stuff, especially with you, Ed, most of the stuff that's coming through is defective. It is. And there's a certain level of defective. A defective is it doesn't even fit the machine that you want to put it on. They don't care. They've gotten it back in a return, whether it's on eBay or Amazon, and the first order that comes in to get rid of it again, they ship it out. So that could be a brand new coil, but it may not even fit the application that you're trying to put it on. It may end up being a chainsaw coil instead of a lawnmower coil. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm seeing is that the chances that it actually fits what they say it's going to fit, the bar is low. And at one point you could go by their pictures, but not anymore. They throw up any picture up there that looks close and then they ship you something that is not even close. And here's the clinker, and Ed, it's happening to you, and this is what you need to do. They're banking on you saying, screw it, I'll never deal with them again, and not sending back that product and them getting more than what they had into it. I mean, that's pretty low, but that's what they're banking on. They're banking on you as the buyer of saying, oh, it doesn't work because that's not my problem, or it's defective, but maybe it was something I did to it, especially electrical, right? I've seen people hook up electrical stuff the wrong way and short it. That happens. And if that happens to you and you have a piece of equipment from somebody that you bought on eBay or Amazon, please don't ship it back. If you did it, own it, move on. That's all I can tell you. Now, if it came in and it was defective from the get-go, and sometimes I talk to some people and they tell me that the part was defective because it didn't change the outcome. And the outcome was that the machine still wouldn't run or what have you. And I come back with, are you sure that was the problem to start with? Because if it's not the problem to start with, then you could get 100 of them from 100 different sellers and they're not going to work because that's not your problem. If you learn anything, YouTube is your best friend. Yes, there's some skanky videos out there, but there's also a lot of good ones on how to diagnose stuff and how to find out if it's your coil or if it's your carburetor or if it's your float, or there's ways to eliminate things off the list before you go out and start buying like a madman. I've had customers in the past that would do just that. They would order a part from us, try it, and then I get a message through eBay saying, this is defective because it didn't change my outcome. It didn't change, my machine don't run. Probably that's not the reason it was having problems in the first place. So we end up trying to diagnose over the phone of what's going on with them. And they still want to send it back, even though it was their mistake. So if you're not diagnosing your equipment and you're just buying parts and trying them to see if it'll work, don't open up a return with eBay and bother the seller. This is on you. If you want to spend money after money, do it this way. If you want to learn how to eliminate and diagnose your piece of equipment to see what exactly is going on with it, that's the better one. To find out, is it my coil? Is it my carburetor? Is it, and you can eliminate stuff out of the system. And there's a way to test to see if you're getting what you need. You take it out on a lawnmower with a coil, okay? That's pretty simple. Any safety switch that's in that system, along with the key switch, will not work. You will not get any spark because the coil is grounded. But there's the one ground wire that's on the coil. If you take that one ground wire off and it fires right up, you've eliminated the coils. Now you got to work your way back, henpecking, trying to figure out what is it. The seat switch? Is it the clutch pedal? The brake pedal switch? The engagement switch? There's a ton of other things that you could start to eliminate without having to buy each one of them. Now, in your case, Ed, you do have a little bit of mechanical skills. So if the part is truly defective, then open up a return, not as described, and they will cover the return shipping, and you will get a full refund. Most often the case, if you send them a message, if it's the Chinese, they'll first come at you with, if we give it to you half off, will you keep it? And two things I see wrong with that. One is you're teaching a bunch of people on eBay that all they got to do is cry a little bit and they're going to get half off. And that's not the way to do it. And if you scream harder, that instead of them covering the cost to return anything else, they'll just tell you to keep it and give you a full refund. Neither one of those are good for shysters. And what am I calling shysters? I mean, it could be the average guy with his lawnmower at home and buying parts off from eBay to fix his stuff. And he's found out that if he buys from the Chinese and makes a big enough fuss, they're going to give it to him. That's not the way to do it either. But if you truly do have an issue, and it sounds like you do, Ed, open up a return. Tell them it's not as described, just it doesn't work. And all you're looking for is a refund. You can ask for a swap, but you could end up with another one, just what you got. But if you've done everything right and that machine, you've narrowed it down to that's what you need is that coil, that Dolmar, and it doesn't make any changes to it, open a return. There's no sense in you spending good money after bad, sending it back and having it cost you. There's most, if it's not as described with that type of a return, the seller is forced to pay the return shipping or tell you to keep it, one or the other. They don't want it back anymore. Because some of the smaller parts, I'll be honest with you, that if we had a customer make a fuss, you just keep it. It just, by the time I paid return shipping on it, I already had shipping going one direction on it, plus eBay fees. Keep it. But getting back to the Chinese, the thing is they're getting a lot of returns through Amazon and eBay, but mostly Amazon. And they have to find out something to do with those returns. And what they're doing is they're just folding it back around. The mother country, which is China, is saying, get rid of this product and get above what we have into it, which is pennies on the dollar. So if they even take half of what they give you half back, they're still making a good chunk of money on it. They aren't if they give it to you, but they've learned to cut their losses. That if it's going to cost them return shipping, then they don't want to deal with it. Now with us, we have, excuse me, 2 accounts on eBay. One is for the farm parts and one is for the small engine parts. Okay, and we do business the same way we've done business since we started back in 07, 08. And that is, if you open up a return not as described, we don't let you keep it. We're not going to tell you we'll give you so much off if you keep it. None of the above. Because I do not want to teach bad habits to bad people. Because I've seen good people have bad habits. Because it's a learned behavior. And if you buy a part from us and you try to, this is my experiences on eBay. All right. Somebody orders, let's say, a coil. And a lot of them try to say, well, if it's a coil, it's non-refundable, it's electric. Well, electrical. And if you go to most auto parts, that's exactly what their policy is, and it's there for a reason, because you can screw up a coil. You can short something electrical. But if we sell you a coil, I know that coil worked when it left here. Most of my stuff is OEM from prior to the big China influx. Do I still have Briggs, Homelight, and that were made in China? Absolutely. But it goes through a rigorous testing phase and quality control through the manufacturers, because if it doesn't meet that standard, they reject the whole load. So, and they have quality control people there in China at the factories that are making their stuff. So you have a different level of confidence in that stuff, all right? But if you open up a return and you say a coil doesn't work, and my first response is going to be, are you sure? Are you sure that was your issue to start with? And I will take time with the right customer trying to figure out what's wrong with his machine, hundreds of miles away on a phone and sending pictures back and forth. But what you won't see from our shop is offering returns where you get to keep it. I will take a loss on it before I'll let you keep it and teach you bad habits. And when it comes back, we test it when it comes back. And if it's still testing good, we don't put it back on the shelf to resell. No, it goes in our returns box. And if we're able to use it on a customer's machine, we do. Or if we got a customer that's pretty good with mechanical stuff and he's looking for one, we'll discount it to him or her. That piece that came back as a return. We don't put it back on the shelf to try to resell it and keep regurgitating it. That's just not our style. At one point we were selling so much stuff that I had a pretty good sized box that we would toss our returns in. And actually it was Claude said, why not take the returns and put them on a whole different shelf? And if we can use them in the shop, why not use them? So we started using them in the shop. And I'll tell you, probably 90% of the stuff that's sent back that was defective, that wasn't defective. There were some cases that it was defective, but it was operator error they shorted something out. And I've even seen yin yangs where they would buy your coil, and we're talking coil today, but they would buy your coil and then they would send back their old one. And you're going to say, well, how would you know? Because we used to mark everything. We take invisible pen or a tap and put our mark on it. And if you opened up a return with us and you sent it back and it didn't have our mark on it, you sent us your coil that's defective. And a lot of people were doing that because it was working. It doesn't take long for something like that to spread through the grapevine of how to put the screws to the almighty seller on eBay and Amazon. And that's not the way business is done. I couldn't sleep at night if I thought I put the screws to anybody. Other people, doesn't bother them a bit. But doing it for the right reasons, and that's your reason, Ed, is if it's truly defective when it got there, box it up, open a return, not as described or defective, and they will have to cover the return shipping plus give you a full refund. So I'm going to start wrapping this up for today. It's not going to be that long. But if you run into an issue of if you're buying your parts off from eBay or Amazon, that if it's truly defective, don't just give in. That's what they're banking on. If it's something you did to it, be the better man and say, I screwed up and I'm not going to, do something to that seller. Nobody's going to sit there and make sure that you're above board except for you and him, right? And you can't hide nothing from him, so why even try? Just try to be the better person. And if you're being the better person and you got a defective part for somebody on eBay or Amazon, open the return, not as described, defective, and wait out the seller's response. So on that note, you guys have a great Tuesday. Today I got cardiac rehab. I graduate, so it should be interesting. So on that note, we'll catch you here bright and early tomorrow morning for another day of the weekday.